What's going on, everybody? Hey, this is Nicholas Corbett with Keller Williams Realty. So this was I probably sounded scripted there, didn't I? Because I made a lot of phone calls this week. So today's video is about my first week in real estate, right? Are you done? There he is. Hello. So as a lot of you guys know, my first actual day was, oh frick, I don't know. I'm learning how to use a MacBook too, so I don't know where the calendar is. I don't know where my phone is either. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so it was actually April 10th, I believe was a Wednesday. Or was April 10th, it was a Wednesday. And so I didn't really do much that week actually. I maybe spent 2 hours on the phone. Sorry, like 4 hours total maybe, between Wednesday and Thursday on the phone. But then this past week, Monday is where I really started going at it, right? So I would spend at least like 3 hours, 45 minutes, 4 hours on the phone, 8 to 12 prospecting, right? So that's my one thing, right? As we talk about in my office, the one thing that you do that is completely uninterrupted, besides from potty breaks or whatever, because the office has really good coffee, so we drink a lot of coffee. So that was what I did, right? And out of that total, I made over 3,900 phone calls. 3,900 phone calls. As far as contacts I made, they have us doing a minimum goal of 20 for the training program that I'm in. I'm in what's what we call Ignite, which is a launch program for new agents. And then I'm in something also called Bold, which is something that they have recently created that is a paid course that you can take, right? And it stands for Business Opportunity Life by Design. And so it's basically like a supercharge program, right? To get your business back up off the ground, whether you're new or you're a seasoned agent, it just helps get you back up there and start creating the habits. It's mainly there for mindset, to create the habits to create a successful business, right? Because that's really what this is. Business is pretty much everything is 90% mindset, 10% skill. That's one of the things that I'm learning. Okay, so, and then out of that, I got an appointment, which they wound up canceling because a buyer's appointment, so that didn't work out. But then I got 3 more appointments. I got two on Thursday and then one yesterday. And one of them is a buyer consultation, and the other 2 are sellers. So the crazy thing is that I always seem to be getting these sellers that are way out in the not really in San Diego. Like I have one out in Ramona, and then I have another one out in El Cajon. But hey, they need help. They were expired listings, and so I have appointments with them this next week, and really excited to just go in and learn about this whole process and what went wrong with the deal and how we can make it work and how we can get them where they need to go. Because in the end, that's what this is about. This is about helping people, getting them where they need to go, and we get paid for it. We're valuing relationships over transactions. That comes from a new real estate coach that I'm now tuning into. His name is Ricky Carruth. He's in Orange Beach, Alabama with RE/MAX. He's the #1 RE/MAX agent in all of Alabama, actually. He's done 100 deals a year for the past 5 years as a solo agent with 1 assistant. You heard that right. 1 assistant. He doesn't have a team. He doesn't have all these, like buyer's agent, seller's agents, appointment agent, listing agent. It's just him, 1 assistant. 100 deals a year. The last 5 years. Absolutely crazy. He's got a free coaching program, which is fantastic, and his philosophy is great as far as why he's doing it. So go and check him out, Ricky Carruth. He's on YouTube. He has about 18,000 followers right now, growing pretty quick. So go and check out his training for all your realtors. And even if you're not in real estate, it's something that he really goes into as far as the way he thinks about his business, which is the reason why he's gotten to where he is today. So going back to what I did, that was what I did. And then from the rest of the day, it was I'll make another video going into how exactly I have developed a little bit of a system that I use now for people that I want to stay in touch with and people that want me to stay in touch with them. I put them into my database or your sphere of influence or your whatever it is you want to call it, right? So, but I'll make another video about how I go specifically into that. If that is something you guys want to see, let me know in the comments below. And as far as how I felt about this, I was deathly afraid. Deathly afraid of cold calling. Oh my goodness, wow. That first, probably Thursday, Friday, right? I just had this, I got nothing from it, normal. I know some of you guys, maybe when you first started cold calling, you got stuff instantly. You're great over the phone, or maybe just the stars aligned, whatever. Good. Didn't happen with me, which is fine, completely normal, right? So I just had this feeling of just utter, what's the word I'm looking for? You guys probably know what word I'm trying to look for. But this utter hopelessness and no sense of direction whatsoever. Even though my coach was telling me, hey, just do this, okay? It's a numbers game. Just do this. Stop thinking about it. Stop being so analytical. Just do it, okay? You know, like Shia LaBeouf, you know, kind of thing. It wasn't like that, though. So, with that, last Saturday and Sunday, I just had this feeling like, oh my gosh, is this really what it's going to be like my entire career? And then, but the part that was really, really getting me, right, it was the script that I was using. Okay, it was the script I was using. It was not sitting right with my soul. Okay, I know that sounds super cliche, but seriously, it was. I felt like a fraud for saying these scripts. I did, because they were not something that I would say. Okay, and I get it. Yes, you need a foundation, and then from there you build on it. Okay, I get that. I just didn't like the questions they were asking, the way they were asking them. I have my own way of asking them. I get it. So I learned the script. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm trying to get out of this conversation. Now, how can I make it to where it sounds the most natural coming from me while still using the pauses, keeping resistance trigger words out of there, so on and so forth, getting more into NLP. And what I did was I just took like the mainstream scripts, you know, from like the 1980s and just put them aside. Ricky Carruth, the guy I mentioned before, he has some awesome scripts. Go to his website, go download them. They're completely free. They're very, very, very friendly, and just going through them, it's already obvious that he's already not looking just to do a transaction with the person. He's looking to develop a lifelong relationship, right? Because if you focus on the relationships, right, in business, transactions will come, you know? Because think about it. Right? If you, in any industry you're in, unless you're literally the only person that does it, right? People can go anywhere they want, right? Like a real estate agent for me, for instance, right? And you guys too. They can find anybody to put their property on the MLS, okay? They can find anyone to take pictures of their house. They can find anybody to help them buy a home, right? But why do they work with you? They work with you because they like you. They work with you because somebody told them, hey, this guy's really great, you should go check him out. And they're like, okay, sweet, hey, he helped our buddy sell a house or helped our buddy buy a house. They work with you because they like you. And so the key is to really being able to communicate who you are, right, and the value you have as an individual, meaning your personality, okay? So that's just how I think. That's just how I'm thinking. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's the way you should do it. I'm just saying that is what's working with me so far, and that is what I feel the best about, because I can be the most genuine in my conversation and the way I present myself to people. All right? So, what else? Golly. Also, the bold class that I was talking about that I was doing, so I don't know if you do this once throughout the 9-week period, but my coach, right, he has a group of people that he coaches, and he handpicked 4 people to do what's called a bold extreme, right, which is just something that he came up with or whatever, and we are going to be doing that bold 100 every week. Now when I say bold 100, for really any of you guys, because unless you're with Kelly Williams and have taken it, you're not really going to know. Bold 100 is we make 100 contacts in a single day. A single day. Meaning that you talk to 100 people about real estate. 100 people. Did mine for the first time yesterday. I was on the phone for about 6 or 7 hours, and then I didn't realize that I scheduled an open house that same day. So I'm like, and so the guy texted me, he's like, hey, so what time are you gonna be here? It's like, it's like 3 o'clock, I have 2 hours to get there. I'm like, oh shoot, I still have to make like 30. So I'm just calling, I make some more. I got to, I think it was 94 or 97 or something like that. And so I go to the open house, I meet a few more people. It was kind of later in the evening, so not too many people showed up. And then from there I was like, shoot, well, I gotta make 3 more people. So what do I do? So I was like, okay, well shoot, I'll just go door knock till I meet 3 people. So I was walking down the neighborhood, 2 people came out of their house, boom, talked to them, and then the person right next to them, when I actually caught him at a bad time, this is funny, I've actually caught 2 people while they were changing, while door knocking before. I don't know why they answered the door. if they're in the middle of changing, why can't they just, hang on a second, I'm changing or something. So him and I had a good conversation. I got his contact info. He just moved out here. So, and he has some friends that might possibly want to move into the area. So that's what I did. That's how I made my 100, and then doing it again next week. And the reason why my coach created this Bold Extreme group is because he asked us, okay, how many transactions do you want to close between now when Bold starts and when Bold ends? So all 4 of us gave, well, now 3 of us, because my coach, he's very, he'll light the fire under your butt. It's a very, very, very highly accountable group, and just he's very highly accountable of you as well. And he will not take any BS from anybody, including himself. Especially new agents that he coaches, because he knows that's what they need. Because the failure rate is about 90% in the first 2 years. Quit the business. So the reason why he created this was to make the group very highly accountable and to jumpstart our businesses as businessmen, real estate agents, realtors. And so what the result of the end of that will be is that if we all make our goals at the end of this Bold session that we're doing, he will take all 3 of us now on a all expenses paid for trip to somewhere in Mexico. I don't know where. He just said, make sure you have your passport. So an incentive, right? An incentive for us to do something to pull us through all this mud and crap that we're going to go through, right? Because that's how it really is, right? It's he who failure is like the sister of success, right? You have to go through that first. And really, if you think about it, everything's a win. You lose a sale, that's a win. You lose a client, that's a win. You get told to put the phone where the sun don't shine, that's a win, right? Because now that's a person you don't have to talk to anymore. That's a deal that you don't have to spend time doing. And now that same time that you would have spent on that deal, right? Go out and go make 5 more deals happen, right? Go out and go create 5 more lifelong relationships with people. So if you think about it, literally everything is a win. Everything is a win. When it comes to your business, if you think about that with life, really, everything's a win. It's only a loss if you quit. These are the things that I'm learning and the things that I am so glad I'm getting into my head now and into my mindset now. A lot of this is thanks to Ricky Carruth and Brian Casella. Again, check them out on YouTube. Fantastic guys. Well, that was it for this video for this week, guys. Hey, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, moans, gripes, complaints, whatever, you know where to put them. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you really disliked it. It doesn't really matter to me, but as long as you guys got something from it, okay? All right? Or if there was something you would have rather seen, or if there was something that you wish would have been in here, or if you wish I wouldn't have said something, let me know, okay? I'm brand new at this, right? Doesn't mean I'm going to listen to you, but I just want to know what you guys think, okay? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next week.